Hello, my name's Sarita and I'm speaking to you today from Soulhenge, and I'm here to help you understand the truth about who you are. Now, what I wanted to share with you in this moment was quite a profound realization that I had today. And yeah, I just really wanted to share it with you because it's left me feeling utterly peaceful and utterly enough. And so what happened to me today was I've just spent the last hour walking around my garden and looking at all the beautiful plants, talking to the dogs, talking to the cats, and looking at the trees and the flowers and the beautiful furniture that I've got here in my barn. And I was just having such a beautiful time looking at everything. And what's happening today is I'm actually waiting right now for my first students to arrive for the retreat that I'm teaching next week. And I was just wandering around, checking everything and just looking at how beautiful it is here. And then I started speaking to my land and thanking it for holding us, because so many people who come here have deeply healing experiences because the land here is just very healing. And so as I was connecting with my land, I was wondering what gift I could give my land to say thank you, because traditionally, you know, in the shamanic world, you would offer a gift to the land if you're about to work with her and on her. And I suddenly had this profound realization, and that is that the only gift that the land wants from me, and the only gift that anything ever wants from us, including us, is our attention. And it was just this incredible realization. And I just realized that as I'd been walking around my land, appreciating and loving the flowers, the trees, the animals, the grass, the water in the swimming pool, all of those things, the land and the building and the animals were just in a really beautiful co-creative process with me. And they were loving my gratitude and my appreciation, but most of all, my attention. And so I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about animals. You know, I was thinking about how dogs just want your attention. They're always just like, you know, bouncing up to you, wagging their tails and really happy. And they're just so delighted when you give them any attention. And then I had remembered that I'd read quite a long article about children and how the most psychologically damaging thing studies had shown that could ever happen to a child was long-term neglect. It was more damaging to them even than abuse. It lasted longer for them and it caused more problems for them, sort of emotionally and, you know, psychologically and physically and everything. So I was thinking about all of these things, and I was just thinking, why is it that our attention is so important to those around us and to the earth and ourselves? And I suddenly realized that the reason our attention is so important is because we are creators. We are the source in action. We are God consciousness. And we have such incredible power that when we give our attention to something, we give it life. And that's why all of us crave attention. And that's why all of us bask in gratitude and in being recognized. And I suddenly got this whole, I know I teach it, but I suddenly really got this we are manifesting creators business. And I suddenly understood why coming into the present moment was so important, why it felt so good, why it makes us feel peaceful, and why every single spiritual master in the history of the universe has told us to be mindful and to be present. Because when we give our attention to something, we give it life. We feed it with that life force, creative energy that is our innate power and our innate instinct. And this is like a massive light bulb going off for me. And one of the reasons why it was so massive was because I suddenly realized that there was nothing I had to do to elevate in my awareness or to expand my awareness or to ascend into the fifth dimension. The only thing I had to do was to give everything in my life attention. And that's what I'm doing anyway. It was just to choose what I'm giving my attention to in the present moment and to rest in that attention. And I suddenly felt as if like the biggest weight in the universe had been lifted off my shoulders. All I had to do to make myself happy and to make everyone around me happy was to be present with them, to be entirely present with them and to be present with myself. And as I'm saying this, I'm aware that this should be the most natural thing in the world for all of us to do, but really this is a practice, and it's a practice that we are having to do now because we have been conditioned to numb ourselves and to be distracted by so many other things. It's like we are all as a society kind of addicted to the distraction of things like news, television, phones, events, drama, food. We're so fractalized, I feel like, that it's almost like we've all forgotten that the simplest, most beautiful, easeful way to have an incredible, love-filled life is to just be attentive in our present moment and to give our attention to everyone and everything that comes into co-creative presence with us. So yeah, I just feel so relaxed having had this realization. I've just realized there's nothing that I need to do. There's just nothing that I need to do. Everything's absolutely perfect in the present moment. So I hope that this has been helpful for you, and I'm going to stop this video now and spend some more time wandering around my garden and just looking at everything with all of my attention and feeling great and feeling relaxed. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you like it, please like it. And if you'd like to see more videos, then please just subscribe. Thank you very much for listening.